Welcome to Sports Weekend Action NFL Rumors for this Monday, July the 3rd, 2023. Okay, being that was Canada Day on Saturday, let's start with some Canadian sports news. I didn't know Wimbledon was on, but here comes Wimbledon. And we have a Canadian tennis player, Leila Fernandez, takes Wimbledon Open in 3 sets against Katerina Biondi in 3 sets to advance to the second round at Wimbledon on Monday. Here is for those like me that didn't even know that Wimbledon was on. Here's what a fine, you could say, a okay. And here's a nice screenshot of the tennis player in question. Okay, I didn't even know Wimbledon was on. She won, and she's going to the second round. Hopefully, I'm reporting on it again for the third round. If that's the right word. I don't follow tennis like it used to, man. I could go on a whole spiel about how I used to play tennis when I was young and into it. I come from a different world of McEnroe, Bjorn Borg, and just Ivan Lendl after, and then pretty well just dropped off to after Yvonne Lendo. It just Boris Becker and was in there, and I just dropped off the face of the earth for me. The tennis viewing, I didn't. Wow, when I really think about it, it could be over 30 plus years possibly that I have never watched a full tennis match. Like I'm talking, not like this. I'm talking like I know, like watching a tennis match from start to finish in the beginning rounds is not happening nowadays. But I don't even know if I even watched the tennis final match from start to finish in 30 plus years. That's how bad it is with me in tennis. I just don't know what happened. Just moved on in this world. Didn't, but as far as Wimbledon goes, Canadian advancing. That's nice. That's exactly what I like. That's exactly like the report on a Canadian advancing. Now, here's another one for Canada. This one's for soccer, and I didn't even know the Gold Cup was on, so I won't get to. But the story that got here is Canada goalkeeper and captain Borjan out for remainder of Gold Cup. Yes, I read a little bit of it. Injury, went back to his professional club, and they tied Guatemala 2-2. Yikes. Yikes. That's, I don't know. I don't think you should. Why do I know about soccer these days? Not much. I watch a little bit of TFC. That's the Toronto Football Club. I don't watch too much TFC now because they're just not doing so well. And like I said, I said this in another video where when I bought my first 65-inch television, I started watching soccer, but and just happened that Toronto was doing well. And I just can't remember the timeline. I always forget which timeline was it. Was it the year that they went to the finals and lost, or went to the finals and won? But whichever year it was, I know I watched it one year when they won, and then it just faded big time. And so I don't even know what's going on. Let's see what the Gold Cup is all about right now. Let's see. I'm gonna put it in the search engine here. The Gold Cup, GOLDNCP. I don't know what's going on. Concacaf Gold Cup. Okay, we had matches. How's Qatar in the Gold Cup? How does that work? Qatar, being that they were the hosting the World Cup, they got, but somehow Qatar beat Mexico 1-0. That's totally a shocker to me. Now, on Honduras and Haiti, I could see Honduras beating Haiti 2-1. That's a possibility because, Haiti is not very. Okay, Haiti is not very wealthy to be able to support a soccer. Uh, no, here's a score that seems reasonable for this type of size in countries. This is why these nationalist nationalism in sports. I'm gonna get a spiel on that one about. It's time to just drop national teams because look, what is the point of this? What is the point of Jamaica 5 and St. Kitts and I forget the next name of it. St. Kitts and Nevis. Yeah, I wouldn't have said it properly. 5-0 for anyone listening over on the other side of the pond. It's in Britain. 5-0 for football action. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, just five, 5-0. Is that? I don't know. Does that really help? Okay, let's see some more Gold Cup scores here. Okay. See, this is where you get into this whole thing. Is USA and Trinidad and Tobago? They must be playing today. If it, or maybe sorry, they're probably playing tomorrow. USA. I'm gonna guess that they're playing tomorrow because it's 4th of July. But they beat Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, 6-0. Okay. Where's there? There's got to be mercy rules for sure in this tournament. Okay. I didn't know Guadalupe was now officially country. I always thought it was Guatemala. When I read it earlier, I had to restart this video because I thought I read it wrong. So Cuba, what's with? Oh, red card 4-1. What is? I, oh, okay. This is something weird. Okay, what happened here? Guadalupe beat Cuba 4-1. How does that red card? One person. That doesn't mean you should lose 4-1. How how did that happen? Oh, I can't. Oh, wow. I would think that Cuba would be more stronger than losing to Guadalupe 4-1. That's a shocker. And then, oh wow, this is exciting for Canada. Well, I'm just being sarcastic here because it's not exciting. This is the reason why soccer on this side of the globe was not popular, is that fans did not like to see this. Guatemala 0, Canada 0. Oh boy. And then they shook hands and had an ice cream. They all went to the same. They all shook hands after the match. They all went to the ice cream. They all had a nice single scoop of vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. Nothing fancy. They are athletes, and that's probably why that's probably why people don't watch soccer. I mean, there is people that watch soccer. Sorry, I have to take that back. I misspoke. There's a lot of soccer fans in the United States of America, but it didn't catch on early with matches like this. This is wow. Only okay. Let us. This is what kills the sport back in the '70s, with stats like this. Okay, so had Guatemala had 11 shots. Canada had 9. Only 2 went on target. Canada only had 3 on target. They had possession 44%, which made Canada have possession 56%. Now, this is what the stat that kills someone like a Hank Hill back in. I know Hank Hill's a caricature, but a cartoon character, but he is perfect for this. Like passes, Canada had 429 passes to Guatemala's 340. What's that even matter? Yeah, what is the difference if you won 5-0? One team wins 5-0. Let's. I should go on the other one, the 5-0 one. Uh, You know, uh, just just a weird thing happened. Okay, let's see that one we've seen. Next, let's look at some more scores here. Oh, and then on Saturday, whoa, Saturday it was USA won, Jamaica won. Wow, I'm totally blindsided by this. Maybe I should just in case you don't. And then Haiti and Qatar. This is so weird. Now Haiti beat Qatar 2-1, and then El Salvador loses to Martinique. How does El Salvador lose to Martinique? That is strange to me. And then of course Mexico 4, Honduras 0. That's a given. You expect that. Costa Rica, Panama 2-1. Oh, Monday. That's June 26th. Oh wow, that was a while back. Oh okay. Then the 1-0 Guatemala beat Cuba's not having a good. This is right. Canada 2, Guadalupe 2 on Tuesday, June the 27th. Ooh, I didn't even know. It's not even on the, like, I don't even see it on the Psycho Sports News and all that. This Gold Cup stuff is really. Okay, so match two to three. Let's see. Match 1 to 3, group stage. Okay, what do we have for. Oh, we had this here. It's USA 6-0 Trinity. Yeah, we got these scores. I didn't know there was a lot of teams in there. Okay, so tomorrow, Panama, El Salvador. Not much. Tomorrow, Canada and Cuba. As oh, there's already teams that already made it in. Oh, okay. Like it looks like they have this quarterfinal thing going on here, right? Okay, so what I'm looking at is it says quarterfinal. Okay, so Qatar is in. I didn't look at the scores, but Qatar is in. They have to wait for an opponent. Here's what it looks like on the screen. Okay, so Qatar is in. Mexico's waiting. Jamaica's in. They're waiting, and then USA. Okay, so it'll end. It'll take another week then. So it'll be a while before I talk about the Gold Cup right now. Uh, here's the standings. USA, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis. That was Group A, I guess. And let's go to the PGA Tour. Okay, PGA Tour trashed as Rocket Mortgage Classic final round not aired on TV with Ricky Fowler leading. Okay, that one's a head scratcher. I'm actually gonna have to put it on pause here and read it. Yeah, just read a little bit of the article here. It's something about the weather changed the timeline for CBS Sports, and you had to go online to stream. I mean, I have I'm a loss at that one. I don't even watch golf. I just threw it in there to throw some sports other than the obvious where I'm going to go to is NFL rumors, which I probably want to do from the beginning. But uh, I mean, like if uh, the casual viewer is going to go look for it to stream, Nah, they're pretty well not going to be coming back to watch again. Wow, that's just weird, weird, weird. I'll move on to another story. I don't even know what to think about that one. It's so weird that you don't finish what you're airing. I didn't even know there was a World Lacrosse tournament, but United States defeat Canada to win gold at Men's Lacrosse Worlds. Brandon O'Neill led his country with 5 goals en route to a 10-7 victory over Canada to win the gold medal at the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship. I didn't even know that was even on. Okay, like there it is just I just I don't know. Like maybe because I don't turn the TV on till 8 o'clock at night unless there's a sporting event and I'm gonna watch and I don't know. It's just weird how it happened. I didn't even know. I it should have been on prime time and just for the East Coast and at least a 7 o'clock start. We got people, casual viewers, but I don't know. I don't know what time they started this thing. I just didn't. I totally missed it, and well, United States won on that. United States beat Canada to win the men's lacrosse championship, world championship. Well, I'm going back to a tennis story. I hit pause because this is sports and getting older. Okay, Venus Williams, 43. Uh, once she's out with the first round, and it looks like she's on the sideline with an injury. I didn't read the whole article, but this doesn't look like you could be able to continue. It doesn't look like you're continuing your match at 43 years old. Ah, there's just, I mean, uh, I just you can't. If it's there's a break point of in age. You just it doesn't matter who you are. There's a point in life where age takes over. There's no way you could do what she could have done years ago. I mean, that who knows? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago she would have got injured on that whatever happened there. But looks like she bowed out the injury, or she did finish this match. That doesn't look good. That picture didn't look good. I think the only thing for her is to try to make the U.S. Open. That's where the recognition is. You think it would have been easier on grass, on the lawn court, easier on the legs and everything like that. But uh, she did start off well. It says here that she started throwing. She looked like a version of her earlier self. Big serves, crisp strokes. Then Williams slipped on the green grass. Her foot gave way. She collapsed to the ground. She shrieked and clutched her right knee, which had already been covered up by a beige sleeve. Oh, she's probably shouldn't even entered this tournament and just went to the U.S. Open instead. Because I would say that like if you're an American, if you got one shot at one tournament, go for the U.S. Open. I think Williams was the oldest player in this year's field and the fourth oldest to compete in the main draw at Wimbledon. Uh, her opponent was only 2 years old. 2 years old when she. I just can't imagine like if I was a pro tennis player and I mean, like who I would even know. It wouldn't be like Yvonne Lendl or like 2 years old. When I was a tennis player, I'm beating a tennis player that's 43 at 2 years old. Like this tennis player would come from way back, unheard of players. It's just crazy how Sports is cruel. Sports is cruel. Playing in professional sports does does it's not fun for older players. Some people just give it one last try and it didn't work out. Now, well, switch over to giving one more try is the Blue Jays. I guess they got. I looked real quickly. I haven't been following the Jays lately. I got all excited when they won earlier, but I think they've. Let's see. I'll just put it on. Give me the old Toronto Blue Jays. Let's see what happens here. I'll go to their official website, see how they're putting these things in. Four Blue Jays made the 2023 All Star Game roster. Yeah, but then they're still not doing that great. Uh, I should have went to the other page. Let's see. They lost to the Sox on Sunday, 5-4. Then they lost to the Sox 7-6. Oh, just by one goal scores. Oh, but they got trampled on Friday night. Is it probably Friday night? 5-0. So they lost all. They got swept by the Red Sox over the weekend. They got to hope to rebound against the Chicago White Sox. Yeah, that's probably why I'm not watching. I'm not watching much Boston Red Sox these days. I mean, sorry, Toronto Blue Jays. Okay, I'm gonna hit the pause for a second and look up NHL. Oh, there was the NHL trade. Was it not trade deadlines? The NHL free agency. I think something. Not much exciting for me. It's, Max Domi to the Toronto Maple Leafs. About all the exciting. I don't know. I don't. I'm not huge on the. Not huge hockey fan like I used to be. Uh, I'm just gonna go to see. Okay, now I'm gonna switch. Just get on. See what NHL news I catch on here. Let's go with. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, it says here three players probably finished as Buffalo Sabres after free agent signings. I don't understand this whole thing. Three players. It says Jacob Bryson. I never heard of these players really. Jaime Hokurari. I can't even say his name. Jeremy Davis. It happens. You gotta fill a roster in sports, and it happens. I'm just going to switch to NFL. Let's just go with NFL. That's all I've been dying to do from start of the program here. On with the show. This is it. NFL rumors. This is all I really cared about right now. Let's go with NFL rumors. Alrighty. No proposals. I was just about to look into this. I was just about to look into this trade rumor. So like, I don't care about trade rumors right now. Buccaneers. Okay, what we got here is Orlando Brown. No, I don't need this. I want just a quick. Maybe it's better if I just go with the. I'm gonna go to this one. Jerry Jones, 1990s Cowboys, getting a Netflix docuseries. Okay, that's cool. Former Cowboys OC offensive coordinator Calvin Moore offers candid opinion of quarterback Dak Prescott. These Cowboys traded in their helmets for a head coach's headsets. Is Dak? Yeah. What did I get into here? All right, let's get into this one. Let's see. Okay, so NFL blames Chiefs Eagles using wrong cleats for SB slipping. Super Bowl, I'm guessing. Super Bowl slipping? I suppose. I, I guess if both teams were slipping. Wasn't that an issue with the Buffalo Bills? They used the wrong shoes, the wrong cleats in that snow game. It was weird. That was just weird. Oh, Coach GM talks cutting two suspended player. Chris Ballard, the integrity of the game is the utmost importance after releasing Rashad Berry and Isaiah Rogers following gambling suspensions. Ooh. It says Luda Baker contract talks with Arizona Cardinals unsettled. Okay, still going on. Uh, okay, let's see some other Ken Riley's wife. Ken Riley's wife to present him for Hall of Fame. The family of Ken Riley announced that Barbara Riley will present her late husband during the class of 2023 enshrinement next month. The couple were married more than 50 years ago until his death at age 72. Okay. Says here that for some reason they put this out there. Raiders, Daniel Carlson. Kickers want to perform at the highest level, not to be limited by rules. What does he mean? Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson is among the many special teams players and coaches across the NFL who are uneasy about the new rule that will encourage fair catches on kickoff. We want to be able to perform at the highest level and not be limited by rules. And so we're not. This guy could. This guy Carlson. He could probably kick it out of the end zone every time if he really wants to. No, I don't know. Just kick it out of the end zone. I don't even understand it. I I would kick it out of the end zone 100% of the time if it's not like I'm looking for a fair an onside kick. There's just absolutely no reason to not kick it out of the. And let's forget about the 13-second thing that happened in Buffalo and Kansas City. I still say that was the right thing to do is to kick it out of the end zone. What happens if you kept it in bounds and it's like, oh, and they run it back for a touchdown like the touchback throwback back in the day, which one day we'll see if it was scientifically proven that it was a lateral. It was close though. I'll have to give it as a lateral because that's just the way the play went down. But you'd have to just. We don't have didn't have HD cameras like high def by today's standards to be able to see exactly where he was on the field and where the ball was landed on the where the player touched the ball. Wasn't at least a little bit behind. All you do is just be a touch behind. Doesn't have to be like a full. I don't even think it has to be a full football field length behind, but it has to be somewhat a lateral, as they say. Now, so I don't know the whole debacle with this kicker is like I, I'm kicking it out of the end zone. Start at the 25. Start at the let the other team start at the 25, 25, 20. At least your defense knows that they're starting on the 25-yard line and not the 50 or a touchdown. And they're doing it, and they're now now our team is receiving the ball. Like it's just, I don't know. I I usually try to do. I think of myself as a take risk kind of player, a coach kind of. If I was a coach, but I probably just kick it out like 99% of the time. Kick it out of the end zone. Kick it out of the end zone if you're playing. You got if you got a kicker that can kick it out of the end zone, kick it out of the end zone. They may not even have kickoffs in 10, 15 years from now. If if they find out that like players that play uh, only on special teams and they're the reason why uh, concussions are up. They're just gonna say, you know what, the heck with the kickoff. You get the ball on the 25 yard line, okay. And if you want to go for a first, if you want to go for a first down, less than 2 minutes. When it's less than 2 minutes, you can go for a first and or 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. You can go for your first attempt at a first and 15, or to instead of an onside kick at the 40. No, you can't do it all the time because then it defeats the purpose of having the other team having the ball back. But there is a danger to it that you can't. The other team could start the other team's 40-yard line on an incomplete pass, so it'd be like fourth and 15. Like I think it was the XFL that did it, which I totally agree with it. I agree with that one. I don't know why kickers need to like this Carlson. Kickers need to fear. Your job is not in jeopardy. The point after attempt is always going to be there. That was the one little thing I had against the XFL was you couldn't get a 1 point simple kick. You know, you go for a touchdown, and football is all about rhythm. You know, and the extra point is just keeping the rhythm going. And they always went for a two. It was like, what's the point of just going for a one if you're going to make this? If you're going to make this pass from that far, you might as well go for two and get the extra point and a few extra yards. It's like why am I buying this product that it says 750 milliliters at this price, but for an extra 10 cents I got 2 liters or 1.5 liters. You're gonna go, well, why don't you get the extra 10 cents and throw it in there? So that was the one problem I had with the extra points in the XFL. Why not just like I said, it disrupts the game to not get that extra point when you're just trying to hang in there. If a team wants to go for 2 points, that's their folly if they miss out. But to force them to always have to throw it in the end zone when you just wanted a single point, there was nothing. It's like if you're gonna do that, you might as well just get rid of the extra point. Then, like if you're not gonna let them kick the extra point, just get rid of the extra point. Then it's just too risky of a crapshoot. Where just I it's just either you have the extra point or you don't have the extra points. But like I said, the extra point, and then 2 points for the throw it in, putting the ball in the end zone. But I still like the XFL's 3 point, and I think the USFL had that too. The 3 point rule, where if you go farther back and go for you could get 3 points. That's one way to tie a game after a touchdown. That way, it just keeps the game possibilities there. But like and field goals too. As Carlson, your main job is field goals. I really don't like if you could kick it out of the end zone. Like I said, kick it out of the end zone all the time. Don't worry what happens to the ball. You're just place kicker. You're only on the team as long as you're doing well as a place kicker. And place kickers are like what do they call it? Is being a place kicker is like the loneliest player on the team. Either the hero or the goat, as they call it. Not the greatest of all time, but the this either. Let's see. I don't like using animal references. Let's just say either it's the hero or the zero. Let's see. Is being a place kicker in the NFL? Oh, try that again. Is being a place kicker in the NFL a lonely job? The Lonely Life of an NFL Kicker. And this is 2010. Yeah, it's how hard is it being a kicker in the NFL? It's gotta be hard. Out on an island, the loneliest job in the NFL. Let's just read this real quick because I believe it 100%. It is. Oh, it is the loneliest job. Okay, they give some history on this one about Andrew Alexander Selkirk was a Scottish sailor who spent 4 years as a castaway on a deserted island off the western coast of South America. Wow, I didn't know that. After being rescued in 1709, he returned to Scotland, where he became a folk hero and inspired Daniel Defoe to write the first novel, The Life and Strange Surprising Adventures of Robinson Crusoe. Oh, simply known as Robinson Crusoe. Oh, that's where you. Okay, I forgot about that. That's been out of school. I've been out of school for such a long time. But Selsker asked. He asked to be left on an island. We had a run in with the ship's captain, a man named Dappler. Selkirk's choice may not have been the choice you or I would have made in the same instance, but I suppose it's the way one looks at things. I mean, one man's solitude is another man's lonely hell, right? I'm okay with it. I'd be okay. One day he's rescued. Okay. 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 Most often referred to as the solitary assignment of a shutdown cornerback on the other team's most dangerous wide of the season. What is going on here? What happened to the story? Okay. Okay, so where does it go here? This is okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, the regular season top 4 or 5 place kickers in the NFL in terms of efficiency were Nick Cady of the Chargers. This is an old. This must be an old article. David Atkers of the Eagles. Mike Prater. Ryan Lindell. Ryan Lindell of the Colts. Of the Bills. Sorry. And Jay Feely of the Jets. Okay. Now that means that the top 5 kickers in the league have an average efficiency rating of 86.2%. Okay, so how important are field goals? Consider Kading and the Bolts. If he had made the 3 field goals he missed against the Jets, the Chargers would have beaten New York 25-17, and there would have been a lot less buzz about a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach playing for the AFC Championship this week. This is gone. Gone are the days that they were practically Jurassic when you think about it. When you kicking was not a specialized endeavor. I mean, it's been since George Blanda played for Oakland, and if memory serves me correctly, that someone actually played another position and handled the kicking chores too. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I just can't believe back in the day. I grew up at a time that they made a big deal about how to kick a ball, how to kick a long field goal, because people like there was a toe punting it. They called it the toe punt kick, where you just straight on kick the ball. I mean, Mark Mosley was the last one I can remember ever doing that. But in today's NFL, there's just no way you could do that. You're expected to make super long field goals now. Like if you can't, if a field goal kicker can't make it 65, 60 yards in practice, I don't think they're on a team because they might just get up. They know the risks are bad, but when you have less than 10 seconds left in the game and you're fourth down and you got you could attempt a 60-yarder or touchdown. I think you might as well go for the 60-yarder, but your kicker's got to be able to make 65-yarders in practice. That's practice. When he's practicing, you see those 65-yarders coming through all the time. So then you're like, as a coach, you're going, well, if he can make 65-yarders in practice, let's go for the 60. I know, and it's just one of those deals. He makes a kick, he's a huge hero to the team. He's being lifted up. If it's a playoff game, he's being lifted up on his shoulders, as they say, lifted up from players' shoulders. And but misses, you miss a 65-yarder short. They don't blame the kicker, the place kicker, going, he's, because that's a tough one. But if it's a 45-yarder and misses, that's when it's the loneliest job. Like all you have to, like they make those in practice over and over again, and the ball gets high over the post, and the reason why it's high over the post is because they have to kick it over the players that are trying to block. Uh, they're trying to, the tall. They try to pick some tall players to try to block the field goal. So so that's when it's like the hero or the zero, and like short yard. Let's not even go there if it's only like a 25-yarder and misses. That's a zero. That's going to be a zero if it misses a possible game winning touch or a game tying or game winning field goal. But yeah, it can. I would say it can be the loneliest job, or it could be everybody's friend. It could be everyone's friend on the team. So, all right, okay, I found some more NFL news here. Okay, Bills. I didn't think there was anything on the Bills right now, but Bills quarterback Josh Allen's happy to have wide receiver Stephon Diggs back in the fold. Expressed his admiration for his number one target. Well, we all know that. How old is this? July 2nd, 2023. Well, okay. Rehashing things. Okay, Dolphins. ESPN's Adam Scheffler revealed that Dolphins defensive coordinator, I guess, Vic Fangio, could have wound up coaching for the Eagles in 2023, something that Fangio seemed to confirm when asked. Schefter said the main issue was the Cardinals tampering to hire Eagles defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon as their new head coach. The interesting part about this, I think it's impacted a lot of players' lives. Vic Fangio, for example, probably wouldn't have taken the Dolphins' defensive coordinator job and would have been the defensive coordinator in Philadelphia today. Everything was on the up and up, Schefter said on the John Kincaid show. That's possible, Fangio replied when asked if he was almost with the Eagles. Well, I'll never confirm nor deny it. Okie dokie, Vic Fangio. Alright, if you're a Vic Fangio fan. The Jets. Tyler Tight end Tyler Conklin has no issues with running back Dalvin Cook wanting to join the team and welcome anyone who wants to help the New York Jets win a Super Bowl with open arms. It's also worth mentioning that the pair were previously teammates with the Vikings. There's plenty of room. We got room for it. Okay, cool. I don't give you much free ones. Then you gotta look into it. Oh no, I don't feel like. Oh, they ask you too much stuff on this web page. I got a few. This one's on the strange side of, but reality. It's on Reality Street. Okay, Titans running back arrested after alleged strangulation. Strangulation sounds so weird. Haskins was a fourth round selection in 2022 by the Titans out of the University of Michigan, where he was a first team All 10 selection in 2021. Tennessee Titans running back Hassan Haskins was. I'm looking for the story now. ESPN reports he posted a $10,000 bond and was released. Oh, this may not look good. Wow, this he's slated to appear in court July the 10th. Wow, this can't look good for this player. I mean, it just doesn't look good. I mean, he might not be a household name, so he might just get cut. Okay, and then it's another one is Jaguars offensive lineman suspended 4 games for performance enhancing drugs. So it's a PED, performance enhancing drug. Let's see here. It's offensive lineman Cam Robinson has been suspended 4 games for allegedly violating the team's performance enhancing drug policy. It cost them 3.5 million, 3.55 million base salary and voids the remaining 60 million initially guaranteed to him. Well, he would have probably got all that if you didn't. Maybe. What exactly? What I got to find what exactly what drug? Like according to Sports Track, Robinson was guaranteed 33 million at the time he signed his three-year, 54 million deal last year, which included 1.5 million signing bonus, a 2 million salary for the 2022 season, and 16 million salary for the 2023 season. The last of which he has forfeited. Ooh. Robinson has been a starter since entering the league out of Alabama in 2017, playing 75 games. I just this got hurt for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, yeah, and Cam Robinson. They show a picture of them together in the field. The Jaguars are favorites to repeat the AFC South champions now that Trevor Lawrence will have another weapon to on the outside, receiver Calvin Ridley. Ridley missed the 2022 season by serving a suspension for gambling. I forgot all about that. Robinson was the 34th pick of the 2017 NFL draft, the second pick of the second round by Jacksonville. He was the third offensive lineman taken behind Garrett Bowles and Ryan Ramczyk. Jaguars may have their bases covered, although already though they selected Oklahoma tackle Anton Harrison in the first round of the 2023 draft. Harrison named to the Big 12 team, all Big 12 first team, will get a shot to play meaningful snaps right away. Wow. Okay, like just where's the? I'm looking for. I am looking. hmm, I am looking for what performance enhancing drug. What performance enhancing drug are we talking about? Okay, maybe I'll just ask you outright. Let's go to a. Okay, what was the performance enhancing drug that the Jaguars offensive lineman got suspended for? I've seen that. What did Cameron's suspended Jacksonville left tackle cameras for 4 games? If I that I've already seen it, but what is the what is the drug though? They don't say what it is. If it's a performance enhancing drug, which one are we talking? Okay. The 27-year-old is tasked with protecting quarterback Trevor Lawrence's blindside, but the offensive line will have no do with Robinson services. The Jaguars will have to open the season without him. Robinson was okay. He was. But what was the drug? I don't understand. You're not gonna say what was the what drug it was? Okay, let's ask again. Cam Robinson, Jacksonville Jaguars. What was the performance enhancing drug he was suspended for? It just keeps saying violating the NFL policy on performance enhancing drugs. But which one? I don't know if it's important or not. Violating. They don't mention what is the drug. I'm looking for story after story. Uh, after like, what was the drug? Give us the name for the drug. What is it? they keep saying every news article just keeps saying performance enhancing drug violating the NFL's policy on performance enhancing drug. But what drug are we talking about? Okay, it doesn't. I just don't understand why it doesn't say what performance enhancing drug it was. He apologized for it. The Daily Mail says I simply just asked the I just asked the simplest question and I can't get the answer. Is what drug are we talking about? What performance enhancing drug are we talking about here? Okay, I can't find it. I think I'm gonna have to give up on trying to find it, or maybe I'll hit the pause and see if I can actually. All right, it took a while. I finally found it that it was unknown at the time because right now they're going to find out what drug it was, which triggered the positive test before determining the length of the suspension. Wait, this he's already got 4 games. He's officially facing a 4 game suspension. He got a 4 game suspension. Okay. I, they not releasing the drug name. I guess they. I guess it's a gamble. Like, is it? I, I'm just gonna say, is it a gamble? Like that you take? Because I don't know. I just don't know my scruples or what kind of conscience I have. Would I take performance enhancing drugs as a young person and I'm actually going to make an NFL team? I'm probably going for it. I don't know. So what if you get kicked out of the league? I mean, that's a million more than I ever made. I'm going to make in my rest of my lifetime. So to make like $5 million in an NFL career, and I get kicked out for good because well, I've been a performance enhancing drug guy forever. I don't know. I'm selfish. I'm gonna say I don't know. You can't. I'm not like saying I'm a selfish person. I'm just saying I'm selfish when it comes to like football. Probably I probably want to play so bad. I'd probably take performance enhancing drugs just to play in college football. Never mind pros. But I don't know. I suppose the chances of getting caught are possible. I'm going to ask that question and just find out if it's. This one is a sad note. It says Vince Tobin passed away at 79. Former Cardinals head coach. I guess he might have been the transition from the Phoenix to the Arizona Cardinals. But for 51 years, the franchise went without any playoff success to generate one of the most notorious streaks in sports. That was until one fateful season in 1998 when the Cardinals went on the road to upset the Dallas Cowboys, ending what remains as the longest playoff win drought in NFL history. This man who orchestrated that memorable victory over the Cardinals head coach Vince Tobin passed away Monday morning. The team announced he was 79. Our deepest condolences go to everyone who knew and loved Vince Tobin, and in particularly his wife Kathy and their family. Cardinals owner Michael Bidwell said in the statement, as head coach of the Cardinals, he was his steady leadership was a constant and big part of the success. Now, you see here, the way he looked, the picture they show of him, maybe I'll show it in a second. For some reason, I thought it was like earlier than this. I totally forgot all about. I just forgot all about this. This was this was a crazy time. Okay, Tobin coached the Cardinals from 1996 to 2000. Wow, his 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 he had an unspectacular 28 and 43 regular season. He never had a tie record, but offering Arizona an indelible campaign during his lone winning season in 1998. The six-seeded Cardinals had a tough draw against the defending Super Bowl champion Cowboys. The franchise is in the midst of a dynasty and looking to add its fourth Lombardi trophy in 5 seasons. Tobin's scrappy Cardinals team never flinched against a full squad of future Football Hall of Famers, and it was his defense that put an emphatic end to the Cowboys' glorious run. Arizona intercepted Troy Aikman 3 times, two of which by Hall of Fame Irenaeus, Irenaeus Williams, and found 4 sacks of the Cowboys quarterback in a dominant 20-7 win. Wow, I forgot all about that. Evan Smith offered little to no impact on the ground with 74 rushing yards and no touchdowns, while Michael Irvin was held to 4 receptions for 30 yards. It would be his final playoff appearance. Yeah. This is the part I can remember. Was second year quarterback Jake Plummer threw 213 yards passing yards and 2 touchdowns for a Cardinals offense that took what the Cowboys defense gave them. Running back Adrian Adrian Liddell had a career day with 95 yards rushing. It was a fitting way to win for Tobin, who served as a defensive coordinator with the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts before landing in Arizona. While his inspiring playoff run would end the following week in Minnesota against the top seeded Vikings, it was a much needed happening for a franchise that would soon enter successful years in the late 2000s. But Tobin wouldn't see the success. After a 2-5 start to the 2000 season, the Cardinals fired Tobin. He was hired by the Detroit Lions as a defensive coordinator the following year, but lasted only 1 season. Although Tobin's tenure in Arizona wasn't one bringing with success and accolades, the former coach helped forge a magical season that restored hope in the desert. One winning season, that was it, and beating the Cowboys. Yeah, it was magic. I remember it was just fun to watch Jake Plummer when he just fell apart at the end, especially when he got to Denver. Does anybody remember Jake Plummer in Denver and the whole mess when Shanahan probably didn't like him. His arm strength wasn't like it used to be, and then was it Jay Cutler came in, and next thing you know, Jay Cutler is now the starting quarterback. And one of the last things I remember, the whole thing with Jay Cutler and and the team, that team, is that Plummer was the Plummer was still the placeholder, and I remember he did this. I don't know why they did this call where Plummer got the ball, but he flicks it he flicks it to the, to the field goal kicker, and the field goal kicker goes for a run and gets injured, and then he can't kick in the game. It's like that was when I was like just screaming my TV screen to Shanahan, going, "Why did you make that call? Why did or did you know about that call? Like, why would you agree to that call? What was the like? Just kick the field goal. That was just weird. You injured your kicker for no reason. That was just a bad play." But Shanahan went on to win two Super Bowls later, so you know how can you? That's one of those little things in life where he probably learned his lesson. That wasn't worth it. He won't do that again. But yeah, I really don't remember Vince Tobin that. I don't remember Vince Tobin that much. No, here's another one. Chargers, Kellen Moore on wide receiver height advantage. We're going to be thrown in a different jet stream. No pun intended. Uh, the Chargers brought in offensive coordinator Kellen Moore to improve a unit that already finished in the top half of the league's 2022 ranking. One of the ways Moore looks forward to doing so is entrusting rocket arm quarterback Justin Herbert with taking big shots. Okay. I can see if you have tall players, you got a better chance. Herbert was by no means scared to uncork the long ball, as Moore alluded to. He was one of the best in the NFL at choosing his spots safely. Now, if you got tall players here, it's easy. Still, Herbert took a slight step back last year, despite leading Los Angeles to a playoff berth. Moore comes back to LA and seems to be perfectly fit to help Herbert and the Chargers' offensive recover to new heights. He spent 4 years coordinating a Cowboys offense that ranked sixth or better and scoring three times and twice led the NFL in yards. Beyond points to Herbert's physical and leadership capability as a reason to be excited for a full throttle offense in the coming months, Moore also referenced the roster's height advantage. The Chargers' top three wide receivers are all 6'2" or taller. After the team spent number 21 pick overall in April's draft, and Quentin Johnson, who matches Mike Williams as the club's tallest wideout at 6'4". Keenan Allen stands at 6'2". Wow, both and Josh Palmer and Jalen Gruden, both 6'1". They also have a tight end, Donald Parham, 6'8". It doesn't guarantee success, but having a group of catchers with their heads above the clouds is something Moore is planning to take full advantage of. Yeah. Well, that's like that. That's like the Australian rules. Oh yeah, I did see some little bit of Australian rules football this weekend. Yeah, and all I noticed is that like you gotta have a lot of top players on your team because the way the sport is, you got to catch the ball and you got to. Usually, the taller one wins the ball with the jumping ability. Taller with jumping ability. Let's see. Okay, then it says here that history suggests Sean Payton can revitalize Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Hmm. That's interesting. Can it be done? Saved. Nathaniel Hackett became just the second head coach since 1980 to be fired prior to the end of his first season as a Russell Wilson quarterback offense flopped. Wow. Enter Sean Payton, who rise to Denver with a Super Bowl victory, 9 playoff appearances, 7 division titles, and 15 seasons of head coaching experience to his resume. Can Payton revitalize Wilson and the Broncos? History suggests Pace can. Oh, okay. The Broncos traded a 2023 first round pick and a 2024 second round selection of to the New Orleans Saints for Peyton, and a 2024 third rounder. Peyton is the fifth head coach to be included in a trade for a first round pick since 1970, according to NFL research. Previous four coaches per NFL research led their teams to Super Bowl triumph within 3 seasons. Don Shula traded from Colts to, yeah, I remember that. Like I remember reading about it when I was young, because even that was before my time. That was before my time. Don Shula going from the Colts to the Dolphins, that was before my time. Bill Belichick, Jets to Patriots, and John Gruden, Raiders to Buccaneers. Wow. The fourth is Bill Parcells, who was traded from the Patriots to the Jets, and he led the New York to a winning record in his first season, just as Shula and Gruden did their respective squads. Gruden and Shula took a step further, guiding their clubs to the postseason in their debut seasons. Wow. Okay, we could give it a try here, I guess. But only the second player since 1980 to be fired. Okay, I'm not gonna see. I'm gonna pause it for a second, and I'm gonna find out who else got fired before the season ended. I found four NFL coaches that didn't last their first season. 1976, Lou Holtz. Well, yeah, he went to college football. Yeah, he's a legend at Notre Dame. Then in 1978, Pete McCauley with San Francisco. I don't remember that. I was starting to first watch football, so with the limited resources we had, I guess I didn't really know anything about the San Francisco 49ers in 1978, except that there was I think it was the year that the up and comers were coming, like the quarterback. Forgetting his name. I see his name, and I forget him. But I forgot his name. The starting quarterback. Okay, in 2007, Bobby Petrino, Atlanta Falcons. 2021, Urban Meyer, and then they forgot the fifth one is Nathaniel Hackett. He didn't last the season. That's right. I didn't think so. I forgot. I didn't even realize Urban Meyer didn't even last the whole season. I thought he lasted the season. So, yeah, there's been a lot of players. There's been a lot. One and done. One and done. The one and done. The one and done coaches. The one and done coaches. Here's a couple from 1970 to 1980. Only one season. Bill Austin, Washington, 1970. Harvey Johnson, Buffalo Bills, 1971. Ed Hughes, Houston Oilers. Don McCaffrey, 73. Monty Clark of the San Francisco 49ers. They mentioned. Ken Meyer, 77. Wow. 81 to 2000. Didn't see that much compared to the previous. Oh, okay. Les Steckel, Minnesota Vikings, 1984. Rod Rust, New England Patriots. How come I forgot all about that? Richie Pettibone, Washington. Pete Carroll, the New York Jets in '94. What are you gonna do? Didn't work out in New York. Joe Bugel of the Las Vegas Raiders. Wow, I totally forgot about that. Ray Rhodes, Green Bay. Al Groh, New York Jets. 2001 to 2010, Marty Schottenheimer, Washington. Wow, I forgot about it. Art Shell, Las Vegas Raiders, 2006. Ken Cameron, Miami Dolphins, 2007. Jim Moore Jr., the Seattle Seahawks, in 2009. So, and then recently, this is where he jumps up a bit. It gets weird how now they're firing coaches. Hugh Jackson. Oh, I forgot all about that. Las Vegas Raiders. Mike Mularkey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, Mike Mularkey. I didn't never did. I wouldn't have hired him in the first place. He was on Buffalo. What, I'm pretty sure. Rob Chachowski, Cleveland Browns, didn't last. Chip Kelly, San Francisco 49ers in 2016. Steve Wilkes, Arizona Cardinals. Freddie Kitchens at Cleveland Browns. Urban Meyer, we already know that. David Culley, if anybody remembers. It was only been 2021. Nathaniel Hackett lately. And Lovie Smith of the Houston Texans. Lovie Smith, I'll never forget that Super Bowl when Peyton Manning was on the Colts. That's right. It was the Peyton Manning Colts versus Lovie Smith with the Chicago Bears. He didn't want to take out was it Rex Grossman? He didn't want to take him out as quarterback. I'm like, how could he refused to take out Rex Grossman out of the game? I just didn't understand it. The game was becoming a complete disaster. I was getting sick of seeing Rex Grossman out there. Like, is that right? Let me ask that question. All these years I could be wrong, but I'll ask that question. But did Lovie Smith take out Rex Grossman in the Super Bowl? Oh, here it is. The Bleacher Report. The Chicago Bears test worst 10 I'm sorry, 10 worst moments for the Bears during the Lovie Smith era. Like, he was a good coach and everything, but just weird, just strangest things that happened. Like, this was a very good coach. With very few exceptions, any NFL coach will have time with a particular team dotted with poor decisions, second guessing, controversy, and failure. Three. Okay, so let's see. What if Vincent Barter's first major decision was okay? What if Vincent Barty's first major was to take quarterback Randy Duncan with the first overall pick in the 1959 draft? Duncan never played it down, and the NFL instead opted for a brief stint with the Canadian Football League, and then with a bench role in the AFL. Okay, that happens. That's not a big deal. But since taking the job of head coach for the Chicago Bears in 2004, Lovie Smith had some success. Yeah, with three playoff appearances and a trip to the Super Bowl. He had a share of failure, embarrassing and controversial as well during his tenure. Yeah, just like a really good coach with just strange things that happen. Yeah. Smith always seemed to find his way into the hot seat in Chicago, whether it's his tight-lipped press conferences that irritate Bears fans and reporters alike, or his questionable clock management skills. Smith faces great skill. Okay, about being tight-lipped, I'm not too worried about that one. That's fine. That's not a big. But his clock management skills, yeah, that's important. You're an NFL coach. That's super important. Here are some of the worst moments of Bears during Lovie Smith's time with the headset in Chicago. Bears faulty equipment excuse in 2011. Well, he lasted a long time. There's two separate interviews. Okay, I something was hit. Bears 2004 offense. In Lovie Smith's first season as head coach of the Bears, the team struggled mightily on defense. Terry Sheen was named offensive quarter after three successive seasons in Kansas City. The Bears also signed Kansas City backup quarterback Jonathan Quinn, apparently at the urging of Shea. It can't be his fault. He was urged into it. The goal line issues in 2010. In 2010, the season got off to a wild start, starting the Lions in week one. The Bears racked up 463 yards on offense and got past Detroit only after an apparent touchdown by Calvin Johnson was incomplete at the end of the game. It was a game that perfectly encapsulated the Bears' 2010 season. The Bears were on the receiving end of good luck and fortune all season, constantly facing teams' second and third string quarterbacks due to injury. They also seemed to win games despite head coach Lovie Smith's poor decisions to inept clock management. Okay, that one you gotta agree. That one I agree with. When it comes to inept clock management, yeah, it just I I I just it just makes it. He's just a human being, man, and he's a good coach, and he can make mistakes here and there. The 2006 divisional playoff game versus the Carolina Panthers, led by an effective Grossman, who returned from injury late 2005. The Bears beat the Carolina Panthers in the NFC division. Earlier in the season, Bears have handed Carolina home. And the favorites, Carolina's passing attack down the Bears as the Panthers took a 16-7. Despite wide receiver Steve Smith, scoring on a 58-yard strike on the second play of the game. Lovie Smith and defensive coordinator Ron Rivera made no apparent adjustments to contain Smith. They continued after the halftime break as Smith caught a 38-yard touchdown from Jake Delhomme, stealing the game for the Cardinals. Steve Smith wound up with 12 catches and 218 yards. I suppose if Rex is our quarterback. Yeah, okay. Before Jay Cutler arrived in Toronto, it was well known that the best quarterback in town isn't always the backup quarterback. For a team that had not seen a dominant quarterback for more than 50 years, quarterback controversies were an annual rate of on. The Bears sat atop the AFC North 92 in 2006 after a tough loss to New England Patriots. What was a very winnable game against the defending Super Bowl champions. It was apparent that the Bears had Super Bowl talent on both sides of the ball, but a championship run was being put in jeopardy by the inconsistent play of Rex Grossman. After a hot start in 2006, Grossman began turning the ball over at an alarming rate, and his fumble near the Patriots goal line in Week 12 was a last straw for the Bears fans. The Bears had a very capable backup in Brian Grease. Smith refused to outfield three quarterbacks, repeating his infamous mantra, Rex is our quarterback. Oh, we go. That's. I thought it was just me that noticed. Okay, but here it is. Super Bowl XL1. That's 41. At the cracks in the Bears' armor became evident in Super Bowl 41. The Indianapolis Colts exploited every Bears weakness and soundly beat Chicago, taking home the Lombardi. Smith's loyalty Grossman in 2006 ended with two crucial Grossman interceptions, including a pick six by the Colts' Kevin Hayden to steal the game. To seal the game, Grossman also fumbled twice under the wet conditions in Miami. Yeah, that game was raining like crazy. I just didn't understand. Lovie Smith's famous proclamation that Bears would get off the bus running at the Super Bowl did not come in fruition. Despite holding a 14-5 lead in the second quarter, the Bears abandoned the run after the Colts scored their first touchdown putting the ball and the Bears Super Bowl in Rex Grossman's shaky hands. I just didn't understand that one. I never understood. That was the that one was just a very strange Super Bowl to watch. And you're watching someone going screaming, "You please just take out Rex Grossman out of the game!" I'm just screaming at the TV. Give Brian Greasy a chance? What worse can you do? I couldn't stop screaming at the television set. The Squid Kick March 6, 2008, this season. The Bears had an apparent victory in the hands after Kyle Orton hit Rashad Davis for a 17-yard touchdown with only 11 seconds left on the clock. The Bears led the Atlanta Falcons 20-19. The Bears chose to utilize the Squid Kick to avoid a big play by Atlanta, who early in the game who had a 85-yard return by Jarius Norwood. The Falcons returned Robbie Gould's kickoff at the Atlanta 44-yard line. Rookie quarterback Matt Ryan threw a beautiful sideline pass to Michael Jenkins, putting it in field goal range. Jason Elam gave Atlanta the victory with a 48-yard field goal, and the Bears left the fields stunned, having lost on a rare Chicago special teams miscue. Yeah, for for people that the squib kickers, why did you just kick it out of the? I would have said too. Why you didn't have a kicker that could kick it into the end zone? That was your problem. If he could have, I don't know. The Bears I still had some hope for a successful season before the weeks. This is Cincinnati Bengals 45, Chicago Bears 10. But what happened? Why does his Lovey's? Well, he's the coach at the time. Benson and the Bengals completely destroyed Chicago, racking up to 250 yards led by Benson, who ran hard throughout the Bears. Carson Palmer did the rest, throwing for 5 touchdowns and putting the Bears up at halftime 31-3. The loss signaled the coming of another dismal losing season. 3 years review for the Bears Super Bowl run of 2006. But then they have here is Lovey's red flag abuse. Oh, I didn't know about this one. Lovey Smith in 2000 since 2009, Lovey Smith had a coach's challenge success rate of 70%. Take any period during Smith's career in Chicago, and you'll see an alarmingly low challenge success rate. One reason for the poor results could be Smith's view of challenges as a tool to try to reverse a game-changing play. If something bad happens to the Bears during a critical part of the game, Smith will throw the flag. This is fine in theory, except Smith's Bears have notoriously for using all their allotted timeouts seemingly before the first series of the game is over. Or on the other side of the challenge, is Smith's failure to reach for the red flag when a referee's decision was clearly wrong. The Bears evidently have no practical system of judging whether to challenge a play to which is laughable in today's NFL. Ah. But then it was the 2011 NFC Championship game. The 2010 season of good fortune ended in the NFC Championship game against their rivals, the Green Bay Packers. Lovie Smith and the Bears did not stack up to the Packers organization in many ways during the 2014 loss. 21-14 loss. Smith's decision to defer and give the Packers the ball on the opening kickoff was ridiculous considering the Packers were on a historic playoff run led by a high-powered offense. That's a tough one. He just wanted the ball in the second half. Okay, I'm not gonna fault him on that one at all. Green Bay displayed their depth and skill and talent escalation by fielding their team that had 15 Packers on injured reserve during 2010. The Bears' reliance on Jay Cutler was more apparent after he went down with a knee injury during the game. how any coach could make Todd Collins a second string quarterback in the NFL is mind boggling. Precious game clock was wasted on Collins, who could barely compete a rushing play. Wow. The Bears, as an organization, poorly handled the post-game controversy regarding Cutler's injury. Some public relations skill could have been shielded Cutler from unfair scrutiny and the offseason long questioning of his toughness. Okay, I guess. But I guess one of the weird things was when also the weirdest thing, just to add a footnote to it all, was like he went for that win, and he went for the win instead of the tie in that game. Like, and, like he wanted to win that bad that like, I don't know, he knew he wasn't going to be a head coach. He must have known, Lovie Smith must have known he wasn't going to be a head coach in the NFL. So that's probably why he just went for the win and he screwed Texas, Texas, yes, the Texans, the Houston Texans. He screwed the Houston Texans out of getting their first round pick. I, I just, I just find it funny. They had to. I just found it funny that they had the first round pick, but uh, that's pretty well any other owner in the NFL is going to look at this and say, I don't know if we're not going. I don't know if they want to hire Lovie Smith. I'm not picking on Lovie Smith, but I think Lovie Smith was probably a good coach. Uh, just just the quirkiness. That's what probably makes the difference between a great coach and a good coach is overcoming adversity in quirkiness, and the whole mess with Rex Grossman didn't help either. How do you want to? How do you just not play Grossman? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. But there's not much happening right now. I'm probably going to report next Monday on this weekend sports. You got the CONCACAF. You got some other stuff happening. Wimbledon for worldwide sports. But as far as NFL, it doesn't look like much is happening. So right now, I'll just bid farewell and goodbye.